So, ethical range. Huge topic of conversation with every change in technology we've had, with your 10 gauge, your 12 gauge, your 20 gauge, and what I love to use, my 410. Started using that a couple of years ago, and it's super light, it's super convenient, and I'm not running and gunning with a 12 gauge over my shoulder anymore. I can hold this gun up with one finger and not break a sweat. Having that 410 is amazing. It is a single shot though. So right now I'm running my 410. Absolutely love the 410 and the versatility that it has, but the ethics. In New York State, number 8 shot used to be the smallest shot size allowed to hunt turkeys. Technology changed, and then the game law catches up. You're not going to have a game law for something that doesn't exist. So the technology change that we had was tungsten. Tungsten is a super hard, dense metal, way more effective and way more ethical than lead. Traditional turkey loads, lead, copper plated, any of the heavy shot, tungsten is the most ethical and devastating in the turkey woods. So, regardless of the ethics, one of the downsides with this, extremely expensive. The finances associated with tungsten hurt the wallet. They really hurt the wallet. I spent, I went to the gun shop today, and I opened up my ammo can, all of the ammunition for all of my firearms and all of the calibers and all the shotgun gauges. Everything is labeled in its own ammo can in a gun safe, just dedicated with ammo. I pulled out my 410 box today, and I only had 4 rounds of the tungsten left. Now, my daughter Kennedy is of legal hunting age, and obviously I am. I'm going to need more than 4 rounds this year. And my wife is also a registered New York State hunter, so I'm going to need more than 4 rounds this year. I spent, after the New York State background check and 2 boxes of ammo, which is 10 shotgun shells of 410, I spent, I think it was about 100, round numbers, about $110. So you're talking about $10 per shell.
So you're talking about $10 per trigger pull.
Yeah. You're talking about $10 per trigger pull. Now, in the most extreme optimism, you're spending $20 in New York State to hunt turkeys, to fill both of your turkey tags. I was fortunate enough last year that I spent $20 on killing both of my birds last year. So, the ethics are great. The finances, not so great. But you put in all of this time, energy, and effort to pursue the animal, it's only $10. It's only $10. Now, the effective range, I don't care the gauge. I really don't care the gauge. Even with a 410, 50 yards or less. I'm not going to shoot that bird at 50. I'm not going to shoot that bird beyond 50. I've seen some very amazing, crazy things happen at, I think the furthest was just over 70 yards, one with a 10 gauge and one with a 20 gauge. One had a light recoil hand load with a mixed bag, I believe, of 7 and 8 shot. And luck was on this kid's side, and he shot a bird at like 70 yards. I gave him the green light to shoot when the bird was close enough, and he thought the bird was close enough, and never in a million years did I think he was actually going to squeeze the trigger at 70 plus yards when that bird was committed, coming right to us. And he sent one and actually piled that bird. So it could be done, but I'm not recommending it because typically nothing good is going to happen. I've seen birds at 56 yards with a mixed bag of 8s and 9s pile up at 56 yards, and we knew it was exactly 56 yards because we stood on that spot of feathers and shot the ground blind with a rangefinder to reconfirm it, and that bird got its second wind and reanimated when my hunter got to the bird, and then the bird took off running across the field. Fortunately, we found where it crawled in, and we were able to successfully dispatch the bird and recover the bird. But the ethics of it, 50 yards and less. And for some of you, 50 yards may be way too far. Me personally, I don't want that bird any closer than 20, because your spread pattern is so tight. It's like trying to hit a bowling pin that's slightly on the move with a 22, and that's super difficult. Having a spread pattern that's so tight on tungsten, that's something that makes the tungsten extremely ethical. It holds shot pattern, and the amount of angry bees that are coming downrange out of smaller shot size. So the smallest shot size now allowed in New York State is number 9s. And you have that many more angry bees coming out of the muzzle. And the kinetic energy of tungsten, when it hits target, it's a stronger, denser metal, harder penetration. Number 9s, you have more angry bees. The ethics of it, I can't say enough good things about shooting the tungsten. Yes, it hurts the wallet, but absolutely the most ethical thing, in my opinion, that you can use in the turkey woods for any gauge shot load. Now, if it's not broke, don't fix it. If you're proficient with whatever gauge you're using and you're still using our usual traditional turkey loads, stick with it. If it's not broke, don't fix it.